News Channel 5 on your side presents Kaleidoscope, focusing on people who make a difference in Northeast Ohio communities.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast. Good to have you with us as always. A new political drama premieres at Karamu Theater Saturday, March the 12th, with proceeds benefiting the Shaker Arts Council. Its president, Liz Shorgel, is here with the playwright Peter Lawson-Jones to discuss this production of The Bloodless Jungle. We'll hear from Carl Williams later on today, who was recently installed as the most worshipful Grand Master of the most worshipful Prince Lodge of Ohio, Free and Accepted Masons. And on the broadcast after that, the president of Top Ladies of Distinction, Marcella Boyd Cox, and its vice president, Jacqueline Como, will share information about their upcoming leadership conference. Good afternoon again, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb. Always good to have you. And so we begin with two good people right here, two good friends of mine. We've got Liz Shorgel, president of the Shaker Arts Council in Shaker Heights. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
And Peter Lawson-Jones, playwright. And we're going to get to you in just a minute about this play that Peter has written, former Cuyahoga County commissioner, former state legislator, and all-around good guy. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Takes one to know one.
Yeah, you've got a production called The Bloodless Jungle, something you've written, a theatrical production. Tell us a little bit about that, Peter.
Well, Leon, this is my second play, and I'm particularly excited about this one, The Bloodless Jungle. It's a full-length political drama. And the protagonist is a rising star in Democratic politics. He's in a hotly contested campaign for Congress. And all of a sudden, he's forced to make a decision and a choice between focusing on winning the campaign or supporting a friend who unfortunately is in trouble with the law. And it's about the decision that he makes and the consequences. And
you ought to know about that because you lived a long time in the political world.
22 years I served as an elected official, and I suppose a little of me has found its way into this play, but I've never experienced precisely what this character has.
Okay. And there's a tie to the Shaker Arts Council. Now, tell us what the Shaker Arts Council does.
So the Shaker Arts Council is a grassroots organization. We were founded in 2003, and it was basically from the outreach that the community and actually City Hall extended us. They all wanted an active arts council in the city of Shaker Heights. So we started in 2003, and we have a lot of different events. Most people know us from the Arts and Music Festival, which is a street festival that we hold every summer. We have an AHA program where you can go to people's homes or unusual locations to hear some of the performances that we have in Northeast Ohio. And we are also doing some pop-up shops, some art pop-up shops. For instance, if anyone's been in Shaker Heights, they know that we're under a big reconstruction of our downtown area, and we had a lot of empty buildings during that construction time. So the Arts Council decided, against all odds, we would put up arts pop-up shops during the holiday season, and we had our second one this year. It was very successful.
And now you've got this relationship with Peter Lawson-Jones and his play, his stage reading of The Bloodless Jungle.
Because I was lucky enough to get Peter to sit on our board about 3 years ago, and last fall we got to talking about the play that he was working on, and we collaborated and decided that this would be a wonderful opportunity for the Shaker Arts Council.
Tell us about The Bloodless Jungle now. It's going to benefit the Shaker Arts Council, but it's a political drama in our final 3 minutes here. It's a political drama, and you're having a stage reading.
And I'm very excited about the cast that we've assembled. It's going to be directed by Terrence Spivey, who's the artistic director, the well-respected, highly regarded artistic director of Karamu. And it features Rhonda Khan, a New York actress and playwright, somebody I worked with, workshopping a play and a stage reading of a play in New York City. And also it features you, Leon.
I got a part of this
playing the role of H. Henderson Hill.
H. Henderson Hill and the
cutthroat
political consultant. I play the bad guy in this, and that's going to be at Karamu Theater, and that's going to be Saturday.
We cast against type there.
Well, I hope so. Saturday, March the 12th at Karamu Theater. What's our curtain time on that?
That'll be 2 o'clock.
Yeah, and this is a stage
reading and workshop. I'll be there taking notes, seeing how the audience reacts, and it might help me further shape the play.
Okay.
And there'll be a talk back and a reception following the actual stage reading.
I'm going to do a couple of lines from this in just a moment, so I'm setting the stage. I'm going to do, because I play the bad guy, I'm going to read a little bit of what I say. You're excited about this because this benefits your organization.
We're excited about it, number one, because I think this is a wonderful opportunity for Northeast Ohio to actually experience a stage reading and to experience something that Peter has written, and it is a great benefit for the Shaker Arts Council. We look forward to going forward after this.
Now, in a stage reading, we actually read the lines. We'll have the scripts with us. We'll actually read the lines, but
There'll be some stage movement. There will be limited props, and there's, of course, you don't have a full set when you do a stage reading.
Yeah. This is H. Henderson.
Have the actors and the words.
Yeah, this is H. Henderson Hill, the political consultant that I play.
Absolutely.
Who's going to be well-dressed and cufflinks from the White House and all of that.
Absolutely. Monogrammed shirt.
Did I misread you? I thought you truly wanted to make a difference in this country, the world, at the highest level. Congress, Secretary of State, U.S. Supreme Court, hell, President. Do you really think you could get elected to Congress just because you're handsome and articulate, highly ethical, with a great resume? There are literally thousands of smart, good-looking people with impressive credentials. No, you don't get to Congress, in the halls of Congress, unless you're taking a bus to sightsee without stepping over, and many times, the body of some poor, innocent, prostrate soul. Maybe you just aren't hungry enough, not willing to sacrifice a few inconsequential minnows to land the big fish. Maybe you really just don't want it. So we'll work on
You
that.
could drop the mic after that.
Drop the mic after that. We can get more information by calling 216-916-9360.
That's the Arts Council's number.
And it all benefits the Cleveland, the Shaker Heights Arts
Absolutely.
Council. Saturday, March 12th, 2 o'clock, Caramoo House, which is at East 89th Street and Quincy Avenue in Southeast Cleveland. And the general admission ticket is $35, patrons $75. But we're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, it's going to be a great afternoon.
Yeah.
As you can see, we cast this perfectly.
Well, I'm going to do the best I can. Great author right here, Peter Lawson-Jones. Great guy. Thank you, Peter. And thank you for involving me as H. Henderson Hill, the bad guy. Okay.
We can hardly wait.
Thank you, Liz. Good
You're
to see
welcome.
you. We'll have fun with it. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast. I'll take a break. I'll be right back in just a moment. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Always good to have you with me. The Honorable Carl Williams was recently installed as the 62nd most worshipful Grand Master of the most worshipful Prince Hall Lodge of Ohio, Free and Accepted Masons. He joins me today to talk about his new position and about the organization. Good to have you with us, Carl Williams.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Tell me about the most worshipful Prince Hall Lodge of Ohio, Free and Accepted Masons. What's its role? What do you do?
Well, we're active in the community. We're actually over the state. We have 3,800 Masons, 2,800 Eastern Stars, where that's the female appendant body of our organization, where that's the sister, mother, or daughter of a Mason who is led by Sister Jacqueline E. Harris, her title's Grand Worthy Matron. We have youth programs where we have over 650 girls and boys that we help service. We do charity. We active in the community, voter awareness, scholarships, you know, anything we can help support.
Now, the Masons have been around for a long time. Go way back.
Yes.
And we hear of a lot of people who have come through the Masons. A lot of people have distinguished themselves, not only as Masons, but outside of the Masons. Tell me your thoughts about that. What is it that the Masons try to get, especially men, to do?
Well, based on our founder, which is Prince Hall, who in 1775 fighting the Revolutionary War, working under George Washington at the Battle of Bunker Hill, him and 14 other men were initiated as free Masons because they were free men of color. And since then, he was a voter, taxpayer, and he always searched for equal rights. So he was a business owner, he was a teacher, he became a AME minister. So throughout his life, he always tried to make sure we had the same rights. Our independence actually started with the country. where the country was declared independent on July 4, 1776. Prince Hall was declared the first worshipful master of African Lodge #1 on July 3rd, 1776.
What is it that you have to keep in mind now? You're in a leadership position now. What do you have to keep in mind here in the greater Cleveland area?
Well, I have to keep in mind that I am here for the purpose and not the position. My job is to serve, to work through our organization, to try to do the best we can to unite our members, our African-American males, to work with our police officials, communities. We're working with the schools, where our whole purpose is to make good men better men.
You talk about services. Can you give me an idea of some of the things that you do, services that you do to better the greater Cleveland community?
Well, we actually have had the Prince Hall Scholarship Foundation, which has been in existence over the past 20 years, which have given out over $600,000 to deserving students. Last year we gave out $24,000 to 20 deserving students. We have a mentoring program at John Adams High School, which is led by Brother Leonard B. Jackson, Commissioner of Athletics for the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. So,
yeah, you went through a devastating fire at your building on East 55th Street, and we covered that here on the news. A devastating fire. I remember I was one of the reporters on that. But now you've got a new facility on East Kinsman Avenue at East 144th. Tell me how things are going as you have moved from the old building, which burned down sadly, into the new place.
Well, actually, masons are builders, but we are speculative builders only. So it's kind of nice in my lifetime to have the chance to actually build something from inside out. Because when we got the building, it was gutted and abandoned, and now we're building a beautiful edifice in the middle of the city where we need it the most.
And I like your symbol. Your symbols have to do with building blocks. I mean, pieces of brick and mortar and things that put the mortar on and you put the brick together. Right. That's your symbol. Right. Why is that so important to keep that as a symbol? What's that tell us about what you are about?
Well, we are masons, and there are operative and speculative masons. Operative masons use them tools to erect the beautiful edifices like the church centers and things you see downtown. We as speculative masons use them same tools as to build our character and build other men's character, so they'll be better citizens, better members of the community. We're
looking at your lapel pin right now because that's what it's all about. Can people, if people want to affiliate with you, they can?
Yes.
And you're open to that? If they make a phone call to your number, they can get more information on everything we're talking about?
Definitely.
They may want to affiliate. I know my dad was very much involved. Years ago when I was a little boy, he was involved, and I know other men who've been involved. Let's put a phone number on the screen. It's 614-221-9982. That's the number.
That's our main headquarters in Columbus.
Yeah. And we can go to phaohio.org. PHA, that's phaohio.org. You can get more information on what we're talking about. I appreciate you being on the broadcast, Carl Williams.
It's a pleasure working with you.
Good to see you. You and I have crossed paths many times in other places, but it's so good to see you here at the desk of Kaleidoscope.
I really appreciate it. It's an honor for me.
And tell all the honor is mine. And tell all the Masons over at Prince Hall that we said hello.
Okay.
Okay. Be well, my friend.
Thank you,
my friend. I'll take a break. We'll talk to the top ladies of distinction in Cleveland after we do this first. Welcome back to Kaleidoscope. Top Ladies of Distinction Incorporated hosts its annual Area 5 Leadership Conference. That's on March 30th through April the 3rd. It's going to be in Beechwood. Its president, Marcella Boyd Cox, is here, along with the first vice president and conference coordinator, Jacqueline Como. They're here to tell us more about this event of the Top Ladies of Distinction. Good to have you here.
And good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Always good to have you here, Marcella. And you too, Jacqueline. Well, tell us, what is the Top Ladies of Distinction?
Our mission is serving youth and adults, and one of our biggest thrusts and our foundation is our top teens of America. So we serve as role models for our top teens, and we have about 4,000 ladies, lords, and teens across the country, and over 100 chapters.
And the lords, those are the men who are with
the significant others,
significant husbands, boyfriends, or whatever. Yeah, well, good. And Jacqueline, good to have you here as well.
Thank you.
You've got a big event coming up. Tell me about this event and why it's so vital to the top ladies of distinction.
Well, we're bringing together ladies from our Great Lakes and sort of Midwestern region that encompasses about 6 states. And our main focus is to really have frank discussion about our national theme, which is investing in values which sustain and support and enhance. And so with that, we're really going to have some opportunity to have workshops and institutes on leadership. We're going to specifically have some opportunity for our teens to interact with us, because this is the first time that we've really had a focus on our top teens.
And this is going to be March the 30th
through March the 30th
through April the 3rd
yes.
at the DoubleTree Hotel in Beechwood.
That's correct.
This is vital to what she's talking about. You're talking about values and family and raising children right and families being strong. Tell me about that.
Well, again, you know, our teens are so critical to our foundation. You know, in fact, we were founded in 1964 in Texas and built on the premise that our teens who were going to segregated schools being bused, the ladies reached out to them to take care of them after school. So we have built on that, this 51 years of taking care of teens.
You've got speakers who are coming in to your conference, and they're going to hit these themes.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are blessed and honored to have Congresswoman Marcia Fudge, who will be our keynote speaker at the banquet. She's going to really focus in on just sort of underscoring that necessary rising awareness of all of the plights that have been going on. As you know, the plight of the individuals in Flint and the water situation, but more importantly, the investment that we as organizations and as members of other organizations are going to do to kind of help in that regard.
We have a lot of people.
Go be agents of change. You know, we really want to assess our programs, the programs that we are promoting now, and to see how well they are working, you know, how we can gather the statistics to know what's working and what's not, and how we can improve, how we can be better to ourselves and better to our community.
Since 1964, your organization has been doing this. And there are a lot of organizations that are working in the greater Cleveland area, and really in the United States, working to pull families together and strengthen families together.
Oh, and it's so critical because, again, our teens, and you know, we just came off of Black History Month celebration at one of our meetings, and you get so geared up and so excited when you see these young, gifted Black children who are doing so much and willing to serve. It's great to watch. It's great to witness.
What's that do for the youngster when the youngster Jacqueline comes through something like this? How does that help that youngster long range into adulthood?
It builds self-esteem. They get a self-realization at the fact that these are important issues that are not just present issues, but they are sustaining kinds of things.
Yeah.
We want to mentor them. We want to increase their leadership skills. And so pulling those things together in a real time, introducing them to policies, political policies that may impact them in the future, that's a major component of this conference.
You have very serious conversations with the youngsters when you're dealing with these youth groups.
Yes.
And also we give scholarships to our teens. You know, they are with us throughout high school, and they gather points for their service to the community and things that they're involved in, and participating in meetings. They learn parliamentary procedure, a lot of things that they can accumulate points, and then at the end, you know, when they graduate, they get scholarships.
I've known you just about all my life, and you and I have talked about these kinds of things over the years. This is the way you were raised.
Yes.
By your parents.
Oh, definitely. And my parents were great mentors, but again, I just can't say enough. You know, we want to reach out to our community and to our children to make sure that they have the kind of things that I grew up with and you grew up and Jackie grew that are not necessarily guaranteed anymore.
And Jacqueline, people can get more information by making a phone call.
That's correct.
To that 800 number. I think we're going to put that on the screen. 800-491-0562. That's the number. Get more information they're talking about, or they can go to TLODGCC. We got the website there at gmail.com.
That's correct.
TLODGCC, that's Top Ladies of Distinction.
Greater Cleveland Chapter.
Greater Cleveland Chapter at gmail.com. And once again, the annual leadership conference is going to be March 30th to April 3rd with Community Awards Banquet on Friday, April 1st. And it's going to be at the Doubletree by Hilton, which is in Beechwood.
That's correct.
Okay.
Right. Tickets are $65.
$65. If people make a phone call there, they can get more. They can get the tickets.
Yes, they certainly can.
So $65, but you get so much for that $65,
absolutely.
says Marcella Boyd Cox, as well as Jacqueline Como, President and First Vice President. Many thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Top Ladies of Distinction,
Thank
I should say.
you.
Okay, we'll take a break. I'll be right back. Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League after this. Oh, we're laughing here and having a good time because we know the lovely and talented Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League is with us. Hey, Marsha, how are
Hey,
you?
Leon, I'm good. How are you? We're just always having too much
we
fun.
have a lot of fun
Too much
sometimes
fun.
before
We
the
do.
camera comes
We
back
do.
on us.
We do. We
So
do.
what's on your mind?
Oh, wow. Just so many things. Most recently, the Urban League had its annual meeting. And I'll tell you, with a very, very cold and snowy night, we had a great turnout at the Urban League. And individuals were just so interested in hearing our progress that we made in 2015 and where we're going in 2016 and about the launch of our centennial that's going to happen this year. And I'll tell you, I just left there so encouraged that the community is really, really supporting us.
And that's vital because you support the community in so many different ways,
Absolutely.
so many things. You just need that. Sometimes you just need some of that love to come back.
That's exactly right. And we served nearly 1,000 people in 2015, which is amazing given the restricted resources that we had. And so now, as we look out at 2016, and we're projecting increased resources in our budget by about 7%, we'll be able to serve even more individuals. So we're excited about that.
Let me hit you with something. I want you to look into your crystal ball.
Okay.
What do you see for the what do you see for the greater Cleveland area in the next several years or so? What do you see on the horizon?
I see the city of Cleveland becoming a major destination city. Much like Atlanta, D.C., maybe not New York as much because New York is such an international city, but certainly more like Atlanta and some others that are considered destination. And what's important is the level of service that people receive when they come here and they want to come back.
That's a good thing. Okay.
Yes, it will be.
She says we're going to be
A destination.
destination town. That's a good thing. I think we already are.
Yeah, and I think Destination Cleveland will like that.
Take care, everybody.
This has been a presentation of News Channel 5's Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.